Yeah, and the bear, of course, getting a bit of a head start with a triple kill. He got himself boots. He has got himself also boots on his bear. Bear is going to be in a bit of a trouble though. He is level 4 right now, so only one level away from getting those entangles, and he is up against a level 1 and a level 2 support. So when he gets that level 5 and he gets an entangle on one of those two, he is going to be getting more kills, and he is going to be able to spiral out of control real fast, as we are going to be seeing Banana trying to get some more experience maybe in the lane with How. As Weaver goes down in the top lane actually, the sentry board still hanging around from the previous ganks that we saw. The telekinesis was there, the burrow strike of course as well, rocket barrage, and everything being thrown up on one poor little Weaver.
It was a very straightforward gank for Zenith there. So nice pickup. This is the problem with Weaver. I mean, yes, he's kind of survivable as far as being evasive, but when the Shikuchi's on cooldown, he's a bug with 500 HP. So yeah, doesn't work out great. And Zenith, calculated aggression. They're gonna smoke unless they're just gonna maybe loop towards mid. Are they worried about Mu again? He's been a thorn in their side for too long. I think this is the gank. We'll see if they can get it done. And there's no cogs this time.
Oh, let's see. Mu is gonna get a telekinesis. He's noticing it now. Wanted to run, can't do so. Burrow strikes, split earths, edicts. Mu, you're dead. And that's what you said already. At level 1, it was the same as right now. The continuous disable. There's just no helping it. And I just want to point out again that, of course, we talked about it last week. I mentioned it earlier today. Shrek, one of the heroes that we've seen do all kinds of things, multiple roles, and I'm very happy to see him back in a solo mid role, because he can really make a big difference in a game, make a big difference in a fight if he gets his farm up early.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, even if he just picks up a fairly early BKB, that's going to be amazing, just for wading into the middle of the fight and just you know, what are you guys going to do effectively. So hopefully we're going to see something along those lines from Yamate, and Ice, the loop around on top as well.
Yep, we're going to be seeing King J in a bit of trouble, and also Ice in a bit of trouble. Banana and Sunshine have actually smoked up. Gonna be finding Ice. There's the disruption. Bear looking for entangles in the meantime. Light Striker Ray is gonna be there as well. Is he gonna be tanky enough? No, he is not, and he goes down. How picks up his first kill of the game, and with the help of the supports, who actually got a lot of levels from that, now are both level 3. Are gonna be happy that they actually got that, because one entangle could have turned that around very easily, but the follow-up stun was of course there as the pressure continues on top. King J though, he's already backed off.
Yeah, a really nice return as well from Ice. He managed to soak up the catcher onto the bear, so a little bit more survivable there, though obviously not quite enough to get him out the safety, but still finding good levels. That triple kill was just a phenomenal start for him, so even these ganks aren't slowing him too much. And Zenith this time around looking very convincing, you know, a 4-kill lead, experience and gold, both sitting pretty comfortably on their side, and they have been since minute 0.
Yeah, minute 0 actually, indeed. Ice though, I mean, his farm since then hasn't really been that phenomenal, even though he gets an entangle up on How, won't be able to get anything with it. How is just super tanky, got himself only 1 level in Dragon Blood, but still is of course one of those heroes that is very tough to take down. But the supports have actually rotated after that gank, knowing that they can't really stand around Ice since he's level 5, above level 5, because that bear will be able to entangle them, and they're actually roaming around a bit as well. Banana maybe in mid lane together with the Lina, maybe trying to get something done here up on the Leshrac. Of course, Leshrac, I guess he kind of fell out of favor in the mid lane because he doesn't have an escape, and they can try to profit from that.
Yeah. The one thing I'd like to point out is that Sancheng is being really diligent with stacking camps. We've got 2 in the westmost hard camp, and we've also got a couple of stacks up as well that we saw earlier. So that's going to be, that just shows the importance of getting this level 16 up on DK. So TongFu really thinking ahead, you know, planning for their overall game, and just nice to see that from them, you know, getting as much time as they can, as much value as they can out of their supports early on.
Yeah, and they're actually wasting a bit of time for themselves. Roaming middle, not doing anything. Roaming top, not doing anything. And I just said that it's nice that they killed off Ice to get some extra levels. But if they're not going to be continuing leveling, well, that's going to be a bit moot, because they're still level 3 at minute 7.
Yeah, unfortunately, all they needed was a second smoke, but they didn't quite have enough gold, unfortunately. So that kind of sucks. Mu is invis. I don't know if anyone's going to fall for this mid. So yeah, looks like Banana, all he can do is soak up a little bit of farm. Mu's gonna have to reveal himself. So the jig is kind of up. Yamate not falling for that one. Meanwhile, at bot, Ice actually rotating his way down, and a lucky entangle might kill off How. He is at half HP and walking back. So the bear does definitely harass him out of the lane while the supports aren't here. So that is the trade-off that TongFu are making whenever these two supports leave the lane. And Banana and Sansheng continue to just sit mid. So missing out on time, and this is farm for Ice.
Yeah, and in the meantime, of course, Ice has been doing a bit of the same role as Sansheng and Banana. I mean, he is roaming as well. He's level 3 as well. A bit more successful, though. I mean, he got 5 assists already to his name. And he's now actually leveling a bit as well with the levels that Ice is getting. So, in a way, Zenith just having everything distributed way more even. I mean, King J is getting also not really that many levels. I mean, he's level 5 only. There's a level 8 and level 7 up on TongFu. That is great, but the rest is level 5 or lower. Well, there's 2 level 7s and a level 8 up on Zenith, so it's a distinct difference there. As we actually see with the TPs coming bottom, that Zenith has backed up out of the bottom lane, and we're gonna be seeing Yamate lagging a bit. Of course, that's the Leshrac. Never a good thing having the Leshrac lag. His Split Earth is already hard enough to hit as it is.
Where is he? I'm just checking things out of interest.
Well, we have the
yeah, he's lagging a bit.
He's mid. Yeah. He's standing mid. On his way back to base, maybe, if he's lagging that much. Doubt it, though. But yeah, it's TongFu that it's in a tough position, but they still have that Magnus that can turn things around. We have the Dragonite that can turn things around for sure. I mean, I always say later kills mean more than earlier kills. So if TongFu can get one team fight, the whole early game is gonna be totally nullified again. They have to just get that good team fight though, as the disconnect actually goes for Yamate there. So I guess the lag was a bit too much for his connection to handle.
The one big problem that I see for TongFu is that so I talked about last game, you know, when your team only has one strategy, basically, that you know that they can work towards and whatnot, and it's kind of the situation for TongFu. So here's the game plan for TongFu. The supports are going to roam a little bit, but that makes life tough for How. So that's not really an easy win. That's not a clear-cut decision to make. They need to try and make some space for Weaver. They need to try and make some space for Dragonite. There's just no questions asked. They're both going to need farm. Weaver, by virtue of being on the off lane, is going to need some sort of recovery into the game. And How is just, as a hard carry Dragonite, really aiming to just farm. He can pick up a Shadow Blade to try and be a little bit more relevant early on in the game, but it's going to be tough, especially since Zenith are going to be packing anti-invis pretty much constantly for the Weaver. So that means that everything falls onto Mu to, you know,
pressure.
Just, yeah, exactly. The game is, for TongFu, is kind of on his shoulders right now, and Zenith know it. They get the gank off on mid, so they're slowing him down and keeping Mu out of the game. Again, he is the first piece that, you know, the rest of the TongFu game is built on top of. So if they can knock out that domino, you know, the rest should have come falling down. So Zenith, this time around, it's them with the slightly more aggressive early game team. I think they've got more options, and having pushed TongFu kind of into a corner as far as what their game plan can be, they're executing perfectly to sort of, you know, be in an advantageous spot. And that obviously that level 1 team fight helps out a lot.
Yeah, but that just gave them the edge that they needed to get these lanes going for them, because if they can build up from that, that would be them getting this game. It's the thing though, I mean, you said everything, you know, rests on the shoulders of Mu. It's so true. But if he gets that good RP, everything is open again. And I think that knowing Mu, as in the way he played earlier today, he can do that.
Yeah,
I have faith.
I mean, if there was anybody in this game who can put a team on their shoulders, I think it's gonna be Mu. And you know, Magnus, he's got some wide shoulders. He's got space for everybody. So we'll see. It's not going to be an enormously fast blink from him, though. You know, a nice reverse can always pick up 2 kills, and that's a ton of gold. So we shall see. But I'd like to see. I talked about, you know, the Lothars being a tough decision for DK, but I think he still just needs to get it. He needs that early game. Ooh, Windows update. That's gonna take a while. But he needs that early game presence, because they can't afford to wait for both Weaver and DK, I think. So
Yeah.
we shall see.
Yeah, both heroes, of course, heroes that do need a bit of levels at least, and farm more, and moreover for Weaver, levels for How. But as you already said, I mean, those stacks in the jungle will definitely make it easier for How to get his levels up. Real fast, and hopefully spike over to the top of Zenith in terms of levels, even though that's going to be tough to do. He is doing okay on the farm, actually. I mean, he's not doing amazingly well, of course, he already died once, but then again, who hasn't? Well, I can tell you who hasn't. It's the Lina that's the only one on the side of TongFu that hasn't died yet. That's because Sunshine threw out some amazing stuns during the level 1 engagement, actually. But yeah, I mean, he has been getting some form of farm there, so yeah.
Let's see. Zenith support's doing pretty well in terms of levels. It'd be nice if Ice had a little bit more than he does, but you know, that's absolutely fine. And prioritizing the level 6 on the Rubik, another deterrent to deal with moves. So that's definitely not too bad. This time it's going to be Freedom on the Rubik though. So I commended Ice for his steals in game 1, but we'll see if Freedom is going to be able to match those in this game. He doesn't look like a frog though, so that might be a bit of a disadvantage. You know,
what?
Who knows? No, Ice's Rubik set is the one that kind of makes him look like a frog.
It's not a frog, it's a duck face.
It's a duck?
It's a duck face.
That's not a duck.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
He has a duck face.
Someone
the duck face. The duck face. That's what he has.
I don't know, I think he looks more like a frog.
Duck face.
Chat Chat will decide.
Chat will be on my side, right, chat? Because I'm streaming and I'm like, you know.
Because this is Sheever's stream.
Otherwise,
this is the
I'll
Sheever
spam you with commercials till you die. Or till you leave, I guess. Duck face.
Until you die.
I don't know. I'm trying to get the only thread out here that I can actually do. Not really working out properly. Oh, this is a long pause, by the way.
Just threaten never to show Cat on stream again. You know, then that'll get them on your side. This is a very long pause. Do we need to start breaking out the knock jokes?
Nope. No, I can't do those. I don't get those. I know how they work, I just don't find them funny. I said it. Well, you can try. I can try.
Okay. Do you want me to do the joke?
Well, yeah, I can't do the joke.
Okay, I got nothing.
No, see, it's very tough.
I don't have any good knock jokes.
I know what to say. Jokes? Like if you're on the other side, I can say who's there, and then I can say pinch www.who, and then you can make your joke, and you know I can do that role, but I can't make the jokes themselves because they're so bad normally.
Yeah. Meantime, okay. Well, let's abandon the knock joke plan. That ship has sailed.
We can, however, talk about that Mouse vs IC Cup is, you know, taking a very long time before they can actually start Game 3, so they are also having some issues. They actually had to have a remake, and then they had more remakes. Apparently, Dota TV is actually broken, and people can't see things in Dota TV, so I hope that's going to be fixed by the time that I'm jumping in, and I'm hoping secretly also that the 4th and 5th game are going to be postponed until tomorrow, in which case I will actually be able to cast EG versus Cupid Pandas completely, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to do that because that game should be good.
I picked EG as my team to win the qualifier.
Me too. EG and Mouse, actually, as my two teams.
Okay, EG's biggest opponent is themselves.
Yeah.
So, if they don't throw the games, I think they're gonna do pretty well. So that was like the contingent. That was what that bet was contingent on. That EG don't beat themselves.
Okay. Well, people in the chat say, duck, horse, duck, horse,
duck, horse,
cow. I don't see frog. I don't see frog. Just saying. People are agreeing with me and some aren't, but the ones that aren't agreeing with me are not agreeing with you.
This is this is bias against me.
No.
We're on Sheever's stream.
No. There, because some are not agreeing with me.
Fair enough. I will take my defeat, and from now on I will accept that Rubik looks like a duck.
No, not like a duck, like a duck face.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
we have a try and a go. Let's see how far we can get after this pause. And I will type actually in the chat, pause is over in 2 minutes. Sorry for delay. Not that I can help it, but it's still nice to have someone say sorry, right? Because we don't see a sorry in the chat.
Yeah, we haven't actually had that many pauses, which is
that's
nice.
true.
So this adds the air of legitimacy back into this game.
I mean, yeah, we haven't had any really long pauses or something at all, and that's quite surprising in the current meta. I'm gonna be calling it part of the meta, actually. Yes.
It's part of the meta for sure.
Hereby declared. So we still had TongFu a bit at the back foot, but we were waiting for them to have their levels up before they can actually make their move. And we are going to be seeing Zenith making their move maybe on the top lane, as King J, of course, he is the one with the escape. So he got himself away. Shrek goes down still in the middle lane to both Mu and Sansheng helping out. Mu actually using his RP to do that with a double damage rune, so really no escape for Yamate. And also Yamate, of course, the one that had some lagging issues, so maybe not be all too fair for him. Das, Telekinesis, King J, trouble, Rocket Barrage, Burrow Strike, he's dead. He had still had his ulti, but he just the disable was just way too much for him, and he goes down. In the meantime, the Dragon Tail hits up on the bear. The pressure is on for Ice in the bottom lane, but Hao just pops his Dragon form and is just pushing the lane back out again. So it's gonna be also just fine here as their first tower goes down. It is the top tier 1 on the side of TongFu. Getting dropped by XY, getting himself that extra gold. He's got his drums, he's got his face boots, and I'm rambling.
So it looks like these stacks are actually for Mu. So it looks like that's going to be the Blink Dagger plan for him. So not only are TongFu, not only is it up to Mu to put the team on his shoulders, his team is helping him do it as well. So we shall see. Hopefully this faith will be rewarded. But so far it's looking really good for Zenith. We saw at bot while that kill was happening mid. Hao actually ended up popping the dragon form just to try and scare the bear away because he almost solo killed Banana, so that was not a great outcome at the end. And Ice. Double Gloves of Haste picked up, so he's going to be picking up both the Armlet and the Maelstrom. And now Zenith making their way down towards bot.
Yeah, smoke up. Let's see what they can do there. Of course, looking for a take down the tower. At least they'll get Banana. There's really no hope for that guy, actually. I mean, that's just cruel. He can't do anything against that. And Zenith just march on. Gonna go for that tier 3. A tier 1, rather. No tier 3s yet on the menu.
Yeah. There's a rank 4 edict as well, along with the bear, so this is going to be painfully quick. There is a fortification ready to use, but again, it's a question of TongFu. Who can they defend with? Mu's going to be smoked up. They do have the reverse. This might be enough. The tower's going to drop really quickly, though. Hao coming in as bait?
I'm not sure if they can do this. They can't. They can't. The Burrow Strike is there. How? Trouble. Here comes Sunshine trying to save the day. Light Strike Ray only hits up on the bear. How in some trouble still, but at least not dead yet. And Mu, he has his RP. He's gonna try to use it. No, he's not. He's gonna get entangled with the bear. At least he takes down Sand King as he scored away. Mu has still got the shockwave trying to reach the bear. Can't find him in the meantime. Disruption and Soul Catcher up on X Freedom running for his life. Everybody sees him though, and he is gonna be dropped. There he goes. Lone Druid still alive here. Ice is gonna be getting stunned up, gonna be getting Light Strike Raid, gonna be getting everything, and will be getting a cooldown to try and help him out, but it doesn't matter. It is gonna be Lone Druid that died, but at least Mu dies with him. Hao dies as well. Here comes the double kill from XY, and this is ending up to be a fight going the way of Zenith, even though it was really going well for TongFu. In the end, I have to say, there was no RP used.
Yeah, it was looking so good and without the RP used, but at the end of the day, there's still a tier 1 there, and Zenith calling for backup after that fight started to go a little bit off course for them. So come on, I mean, TongFu pick up some nice kills, but they lose. They're pretty much the 2 most important heroes in the entire game right now. So Zenith's still looking very good and looking like we're probably going to be I mean, it's a bit early to call, but looking like we might be seeing a game 4 here. And Zenith, you know, finding their form, which is always nice to see, especially when we want good Dota, right? That's the name of the game.
That's the plan. So. That's the plan. What are you thinking, by the way, that Yamate is gonna buy? He's got 2100 gold. Is he gonna go for the Bloodstone normally, or? Because he didn't pick up mana boots, which is something that you normally do. If you go for a Bloodstone, you pick up mana boots, so you can split those later on and, you know, get the Orb Blade from that later. Let's see if actually what this is going to be doing. Banana looking for the disruption, finds it well. Swordcatcher is going to be there as well. Actually, no, it's not. Skewer towards the tower. Ice is going to get Laguna Bladed. Shikushi to go down Split Earth. Not going to hit any hero. Actually, quite impressive that Yamate wasn't able to hit anybody there. Because it was like in between everybody.
Yeah. I don't know if he's still lagging. Let's just check. It's not too high. It's like 200. So
okay.
It's playable, but obviously not great for landing Shrek stones.
Yeah.
And on the question of what he's going for, I do like just the straight BKB rush, because a Shrek that dies with you know, any mana left, that's damage that he could have gotten out with a little bit more survivability. Yeah. So I definitely like the BKB rush as the sort of the core for Leshrac. And TongFu actually just bring a whole bunch of heroes mid. Again, life is kind of difficult for them right now. Moon none too far away from the Blink Dagger, so that's going to be a really big help. Meanwhile, however, Gyrocopter and the Lone Druid are farming pretty well. Ice without a bear for 10 seconds, so figures out something to do. He's going to pull some creeps on top.
Always useful.
Yeah, nice little play from him. I mean, just really good awareness. He's always got a game plan. He's always working towards something. So.
And Sunshine coming mid as well to just try to stop Zenith from going in, because I think that Zenith is kind of done playing nice. They'll still have Ice farming, maybe still even have XY farming, but the BKBs are almost done. And I think we're gonna see some pushes gonna come off after that, because they've taken down a tier 1 on bottom and top, and I think they should be looking at taking the tier 1 middle. Purely, not even because of the gold, purely because of the control point it is for TongFu. The TP point, the Roshan control, and just the whole map control that it will give Zenith. So I'm kind of expecting them to push that out fairly soon, but I'm also, of course, expecting TongFu to fight like lions to defend that because of all the reasons I just said, actually.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very valuable tower for them. The Ancient stack is pretty, well, they don't have a stack, but keeping control of their Ancients is pretty important as well right now. So we shall see. Mu is going to have his Blink Dagger unless he gets picked off in the next 10 seconds, but no, I think he's going to be absolutely fine. So that's a really nice pickup for them as far as defending these towers go, though Zenith continue the march forward. So let's see if TongFu can just stall out long enough. Again, I think it's still all on Mu, and needs to get these reverse polarities going.
Well, he's got a level 2 RP right now, and his Blink Dagger is in the base. Just needs the courier freed up to have it brought to him, and then maybe we're gonna see it go in mid, perhaps. There's still 3 people hanging around for TongFu in mid, as well as for Zenith, so they could try and do this. But they won't have the hasten for it anymore, as XY is backing off a bit on the bottom lane. He has his BKB ready. He is 5-0 to 3, has been an 8 out of the 10 kills, doing really well for himself. Ice is the one that has actually got 3 deaths to his name from the 7 kills that TongFu did. And he is getting his recipe for the armlet, so he has the armlet almost complete. Actually, he has it complete if the bear is in the base, probably. And we are going to see a Blink Skewer, hits up on Yamate, in some trouble, but should be able to get himself away. Telekinesis move, gets dropped down, there's a disruption helping out, Ice. Oh, wow, that splitter, that's a good one from Yamate, hits up on 3, stops the initiation completely. And saves the lives of Ice, I think, even though with the Sandstorm he was already very far away. Has to go back though. Oh, Blink in RP up on 2 Shockwave. It's gonna be 1 down, 2 down, and that is gonna be the start of a tier 1 tower getting pressured fairly hard. You said it was all on Mu. He realized it, jumped in, gets the 2 that got left behind, and gonna be taking the tower.
Yeah, TongFu really clean decision making from them there. I mean, nobody thinks that, oh yeah, we just got a 3-man splitter. They're not gonna fight us, but. Immediately jumps off the, you know, as soon as that Blink Dagger comes up,
yeah,
and then
Ice. Everything being thrown on him that they had. XY can maybe try and do something. The Flak Cannon still going to be able to be picking up Banana, that's nice, but other than that he is being not so lucky in doing anything else, apart from stopping the pressure, which is kind of needed as well. I mean, the tier 1 tower is still standing pretty strong, and they are going to be able to pick up the tier 1 in return. And he didn't even use his BKB.
Yeah, so XY still with the BKB doing the best on the map right now in terms of farm, and I mean a long way ahead of the Dragon Knight as well. That's what 2.5k his advantage. So I mean Gyrocopter Flash Farm really showing itself. TongFu haven't been able to go for any more of these sneaky stacks or anything like that, so they have started to stall a little bit both in terms of gold and in experience, though they actually are pushing the experience back towards their side right now. But Zenith, with all the tools to just head straight into the Roshan pit, that's what they're going to do, and I just don't know if TongFu can really do anything. They're still waiting around for the DK, they're still waiting around for the Weaver.
Yeah, and of course they don't have the RP just yet, so maybe with it they might have been able to fight it, but right now they just can't, and they realize that as well. They are spending their time with farming. Maybe now they can take it. The RP is back off cooldown again in 3 seconds. The Aegis is already gone though. Ice is taking it for himself. Someone having the habit of typing the time in it when it comes. Entangles needed, doesn't get it on the first hit, so backs off.
Yeah. So Zenith, I think not. Yeah, maybe happy to just walk away here. We'll see. Center Road drop down. They're gonna spot this. Yep. So
I realized that the Weaver got spotted out, so countering both wards with that. But the Roshan is already down anyway, so you know it started out as a Rosh ward for Zenith, and now it's kind of moot because they got the Aegis, so it's all happy for them. And we have everybody back towards lanes again and towards places where they can farm.
Yeah, this Aegis is probably being able to force down one tier 2, I would suspect. TongFu going for a bit of a group up and push. They do have pretty good push power, obviously, with Hao, so that's nice, though it is difficult to teamfight a little bit. XY, TP score ready to go, just walking his way down, and Yamase still making good progress towards the BKB. Does actually have the Mithril Hammer up? Yes, he does, so that's going to be BKB right now. And that's kind of the trade that Zenith take. They're happy to let Leshrac finish the BKB, just because it's such a huge boon for him. And the tower going down for TongFu. It's a nice little bit of gold, but I mean, they're still waiting a long way until DK is going to have that level 16, until Weaver has, you know, items that are going to make him really relevant in this game.
Yeah, they do not fight for tier 1 tower though. That was actually the first tower that went down on the side of Zenith. So quite surprising that other towers have managed to stick around for so long. Both of the other tier 1s though on almost half HP, so TongFu, when they do start pressure, they won't be having to pressure that hard anymore. Let's see if Sunshine is in time to stack this. Yes, he is. Nicely done. In the meantime, Hao, yeah, he's got his BKB, he's got 1300 gold, and his level is 12. And that is still 2 levels lower than the highest on the map, which is gonna be XY on his Gyrocopter.
Zenith continued to play very, very defensively as these tier 1 pushes come. I mean, they're giving more space for Yamate to farm, but they're defending with 4, and they're not really holding off against TongFu's hero. So that is part of the problem for them. They do have a little bit of a lack of initiation, at least until there's the Blink Dagger up on Sand King. But that's not gonna be up for a while. But they go for smoke.
Yeah, let's see what they can do going to the top lane. You said it, they have an Aegis, looking to take at least one tier 1 tower with that, tier 2 rather. And it's going to be the top one that they want. The RP is around there though, they have to be careful. Watch their positioning a bit. We see Ice hanging by the side, looking of course for that Burrow Strike epicenter, which on this top lane is easy to do. Oh, there they go though, the BKB popped, it's only a bear on XY. XY trying to do what he can. And he's gonna get Demonic Purge. The tower still goes down. Ice picking up the gold. And Hao getting entangled now with the Dragon Tail up on Ice. Can he do something? Nope. Cooldown coming down to stop people from continuing to go in. And Freedom, what you doing there? Gonna try to TP out. We'll be able to do that unless no is TPing out. Everybody safe. Tower down. Zenith out without any sacrifices really. They didn't use an epicenter. Cooldown, super short cooldown, so that's not really too much of an issue. And yeah, doing really well.
Yeah, a bit of an awkward teamfight in both directions. I mean, XY gets skewered back, he pops BKB, he's like, okay guys, let's fight, and then TongFu back out because of the BKB, there's a Demonic Purge, so the BKB target gets slowed. And then Hao says, okay, it's my turn, pops the Dragon Form, gets the stun, they don't get the follow-up, he pops the BKB, and then he walks through the call down, so getting slowed down that way, so kind of just nothing for the BKBs. Interestingly, King J, I think, made a bit of a misplay there. He should have just stayed on top of the Rubik to maintain vision so that Banana could have come in for the disruption and canceled that TP. He actually ended up walking away, and I think Banana ended up being fogged. So that was a little bit unfortunate. That might have been a free
I thought he might have been on cooldown. But
it might have been. Check. I only checked. Yeah, I only checked at the end of the team fight. Ah. So could have been. I'd have to check the replay, and yeah, again. So that's a potential misplay question mark. Though it did look like King J walked away from the Rubik there.
Yeah, he did. We are going to be seeing Zenith probably trying to do the same thing again on bottom if they have got the lanes pushed out again properly, and they've got everything up again. I'm not sure what Mu is doing here. Bit of hiding, bit of maybe trying to go for a pick off, but can't find anything. He is building towards the BKB for himself. Of course, wants to not get stunned, not get not get killed off with epicenters and telekinesis, and continuously having disables on his head from Zenith that they can just chain on him if they choose to. So good choice for him there, as we see everybody of TongFu also doing maybe exactly the same thing, and we know that they are trying to buy time. So far so good. Shadow Blade is going to be the next item for How.
It is very damage efficient. I mean, with the buff that it received recently, and this is something that bothers me in general about Dota. We have all of these situations where I see like, I see a post and it's like, 6 months ago everybody made fun of me for calling this item good or this hero good, or I said this particular thing, and now look at the competitive scene I showed you guys. But often it's because an item or a hero receives a very significant change, and I mean in the case of Shadowblade, the component change and the fact that it lost a little bit of damage but gained a ton of attack speed made it a really cost-efficient damage item, especially with mobility and the backstab. So yeah, I don't know. I think there are probably people who were building Lothar's back in its original incarnation on various heroes, but the new one is so much better. So yeah, that's a general gripe from me, and
yeah, I mean everything is
comments on the
constantly
popularity
shifting,
of Shadowblade.
and everything is better against some certain ways of playing. I mean, the way of playing that is going to be people are going to be playing like in 2 months from now, let's say that, if there's still, it's probably going to be another patch probably, I think, but
6.78?
Yeah, if there's not going to be that, and 2 months from now the meta will be entirely different, but it doesn't mean that the strategy that we see now cannot be that one. It's just a whole shifting game that continues, and just constantly trying to find new ways to counter old combinations, or refining previously done old combinations, like a Leshrac solo mid. It's not new.
Yeah.
Everything has been done before, but reworking it into something that is actually being done more now. I mean, it's different every single time. Every single composition is different, and not only the composition of your lineup that you're working with, but also the lineup that you're working against. It is all part of everything. As we have got the bear walking into a couple of people, will be actually taking a lot of heat. He is going to be going down. He is running, but he can't run. Goes down. There is a new summon, of course. ISSI is going to be popping that one, but has to be careful because now he only has one bear to fight with. And there goes the Shadowblade Dragon Knight looking for something. I don't think he revealed it just yet. And there is no way of scouting this out on the side of the Radiant. They do have a sentry actually. They do have one. Oh, he's done that illusion. Gonna be fighting X-Spy still though. The RP is there. He pops his own BKB. He doesn't have his Aegis and he goes down. RP being stolen by X-Freedom. Gonna be up on 3. The one already going down. Weaver the one to go down. Laguna Blade helping out. Gem of Truce on the deck. It is 2 for 2 so far. How? Gonna be popping a Shadow Blade again. Still another Light Strike erased on Shen. MVP of that fight just from the high ground. Getting everything done. Will still go down. One entangle. As we still see Lina picking up the Rubik. That was just to earn charge. Ticking down. One hero left alive on the side of TongFu. It is How. It is the Dragon Knight. It is the one that actually got the gem in safety by the looks of it. And he is going to be seeing his tier 1 drop. Tier 2 rather.
Yep.
Or is he?
Really nice play by Freedom.
Yeah. Sentry is of course there, but he doesn't see his tower drop. He is able to defend this by himself.
Yeah, and How only 1 level away from that all-important Frost Dragon, so that's going to be a big help. And again, these Rubik RP steals are just really changing the face of fights for Zenith. I mean, that's the first one we've seen this game, but obviously we had some fantastic ones from Ice in game 1. So Yeah, kudos to the Zenith supports there. They're really showing their stuff right now. What have we got going on? Ice has 1,500 gold, so not too far away from his Blink Dagger right now. Ice just tanking up a bit. 1,400 gold for him. XY with the MKB picked up. So that's going to be just going to be nice in general. Just fantastic damage, and it makes him difficult to TP away from as well.
Yeah.
The mini bash.
Well, Zenith not done just yet. Probably going to try to push down mid once more. They now have got 2 bears again. It will make a difference for sure. Isis didn't die in the previous fight though, so that also helped out. As we have Leshrac actually going for a sheep stick, probably. Oh, they're gonna come in from the side. How already popped his dragon form, looking for a target. Gonna be fighting XY this time. RP up on 2. Bear as well as XY. He's gonna be already the first one to go down. Banana getting a burrow strike as Rubik drops. We're gonna be seeing Yamate going down as well, but a knife splitter still before he dies. But 4 dead. It's gonna be 4 and a bear soon, because also Ice is running for his life. Can still resummon his bear, will do so, but he is the only one left alive for his team, and TongFu has not suffered any losses whatsoever. And this is indeed Dragonite level 16. And Roshan going the way of TongFu.
Beautiful team fight from TongFu. I mean, it looked kind of dangerous when Hao walked on top of that sentry, but managed to still get the stun out. And also, nicely played by Mu, there was actually another steal, as you saw from Freedom, but he actually got picked up by the Skewer along the way, so he only really got the reverse polarity out on Mu, and that was just a really good outcome for on the team fight for TongFu. So, good job, they get the Aegis, they get that level 16, and all of a sudden, you know, things looking a lot better for them. And yeah, experience grass goes whoosh, yeah, it just bounces straight back. Gold's still in favor of Zenith, but that's largely a function of toctowers, I want to say.
1 tower
it's
I guess it's mostly the
two
difference
tower
of Gyrocopter having a pretty decent inventory, but he's the first one to die. The Dragon Tail is aimed at him, the RP is aimed at him. If he is out of the picture, where is Zenith gonna get their damage from? It's just not there.
Yeah, precisely. And I mean, Weaver is getting more damage of his own as well. You can't ignore his single target focus damage either. So while Gyro is sitting kind of pretty in his BKB and not worrying too much about being Laguna Bladed or anything like that, the physical damage from the Weaver and the DK is doing a lot. And especially, I mean, once we get to the later stage of the game, we're probably going to be seeing an AC up on the Dragon Knight. That's only going to increase Weaver's damage. I mean, I guess AC also potentially for Mu, depending on how the farm distribution goes. But he's been having another fantastic game. So while Zenith, I think they had the really nice early start that they wanted. These next couple of team fights is where the game really hangs in the balance. But 6 minutes of Aegis for TongFu, they secure, I think, the biggest win that they could have gotten out of a single team fight with that one.
For sure.
Aside from Arax, which just isn't available.
Yeah. I said 1 tower difference, but it's actually 2. There's still a tier 1 top standing. I didn't actually see that.
Yeah.
One. That's